could do with a walk.
Well, I've said it 1,000 times, Lady Marian. Robin takes way too many unnecessary chances. I need a trip into Nottingham, and for what? To bare his neck for Prince John and the sheriff's maid band of cutthroats of Nottingham Castle?
Little John, you know better than anyone how impossible it is to tell my husband not to do anything. At least he's not going anywhere near the castle this time. He's sworn to go no further than the joust field, where he, Tuck, and Will can get lost in the crowd.
And I was able to get them to promise him not to take you along on one of his merry escapades. The last thing we need is for you to be captured again, Lady Marian. Begging your pardon, no offense.
None taken, Little John. I admit that as a maid, I wasn't much use in a fight, but even you must admit that my defensive skills have improved since I've lived here in Sherwood.
Lady Marian, your charm is still your greatest weapon. But knowing you can't fight and wanting to see you need to fight are two different things. I don't like trouble, and going into town always means trouble for somebody.
And today is no exception, my overlodge friend.
Right, Tuck, why are you alone? Where's Robin?
And Will.
What? You didn't let something happen, did you? I knew this was going to happen. It happens every springtime festival. I don't know why.
Now, see here, John Little. Nothing has happened to anyone. Yet.
Then where are they, Friar? Where is my husband?
If you'll calm down, I can explain everything. You see, Robin and Will, they've been detained by... Oh, just wait until you meet her.
Her?
Oh, what misbegotten stray has Robin picked up this time?
Oh, see here, John Little. This always happens. He knew you wouldn't approve, and he...
He said you had to break it to us. Is that it? To gauge how angry we might be?
Yes, Lady Marian, that is the long and short of it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear is right. If Friar Tuck's the advance guard, it must be someone really horrible.
Or dangerous.
Now then, you two. That's hardly any way to speak about our guests. Mucky Buckets, welcome to Sherwood.
Robin.
Ah, Mary. Did you miss me, my dear? You weren't worried the sheriff had caught me, did you? You should know me better than that by now.
Aye, that we do. And that's why we're prepared for the worst.
The worst? Oh, Tuck. Not today, my friend, not today. Although, come to think of it, there was just a little bit of excitement at the joust.
Was there ever? This girl here messed up the whole tournament. It started when she raised a sword to the little brute, Sir Trent, and the queen was there, and then the prince, he started screaming, and then the sheriff yelled, treason! So we fought the gods, and as I was taking a good down, I pulled him to the side and...
Robin!
Will Scarlet, what did we say about running our mouth before Robin had a chance to explain?
Oops. Sorry, Cousin Robin.
Well, now that the cat's out of the bag...
Yowling and spitting as usual.
Hey, I said I was sorry, didn't I?
I suppose I had best explain.
Yes, I suppose you'd better.
But first, Tuck, won't you take our guest into camp and find her a plate of something to eat, maybe?
Yes, Robin. Lucky, do you like wild boar meat?
Don't know, never tasted it. We servants never get meat.
Ah, then you're in for a treat. Wild boar is a camp speciality. Come with me, my child.
Oh, just a minute, Tuck. I must say, girl, Mucky Buckets is a terrible name for one with your spirit. Have you another?
When I was a babe, I was called Melinda, Mr. Robin Hood, sir, but we in the stables was all called by the jobs we do.
Well, you're not in the stables anymore, girl, so as long as you're here, it's Melinda it will be. If that's all right with you, of course.
Can Thor keep his name, though? It's a good name for him, I think.
Thor? Who's Thor?
You will be if I have to stand around answering questions while my dinner gets cold. Like lummox.
That's enough of that then, Tuck. Off you go.
Come along, Melinda.
And don't worry about Thor. I'll attend to him.
All right. Once and for all, who is Thor?
John. He's a shaggy little pony. The girl thinks of him as a great war horse. She's full of dreams, that one.
Yeah, she's full of something. Fleas mostly, I expect. Why'd you bring her here, Robin?
Oh, he must have had a good reason. You heard Will say the sheriff was after her.
Yes, and then when the prince started yelling at her because she raised her sword to a noble, everything happened so fast.
It was an injustice, and you know.
Oh, we know, dearest. It wasn't likely that Robin Hood would stand idly by and watch injustice done.
Not while there's breath in my body.
Now, there won't be much breath left in that carcass of yours if you keep throwing it at the sheriff time and time again. Robin, your luck can't hold out forever, you know.
Oh, Little John, is that really what you think?
Yes, that's really what I think.
You know the sheriff will never win, don't you?
Really? Why is that exactly?
Because he only has his cold old castle to go home to. And I have this.
Can't you two wait until you're alone?
We really don't need to see that.
You got that right, Outlaw.
Robin!
Marion, get behind me.
Oh, please, all of you. It's all so unnecessary. Stand down, guard. We found them, Your Majesty.
Oh, excellent, Hodge. You are a wonder sometimes.
If it pleases you to think so, Your Majesty.
Majesty.
Queen
Oh,
Eleanor!
my dear.
Oh, Your Majesty, I had no idea you were traveling near Sherwood. I'm so glad.
Majesty, what were you thinking? Traveling to Sherwood Forest all by yourself?
Hey.
Her Majesty has nothing to be afraid of. Our Marion is like a daughter to her.
Egad, does that make Prince John my brother-in-law?
I told you all I'd be looking in on you from time to time. I have to keep an eye on my son's latest schemes, don't I?
Your son, the prince, never tires of those, Your Majesty.
He has ample opportunity so long as you continue to give him reason, Robin Hood.
Robin, what is she talking about? What did you do?
Oh, your husband created quite a stir at the tournament this morning, my dear.
Now, just a moment. I didn't create anything. Your son started it.
And Melinda was the one who created it.
Melinda? Who is Melinda?
She is the girl you spoke to on the field this morning, Your Majesty. The one called Mucky Buckets.
Robin rescued her and brought her here.
Now she's eating grub at our camp.
Aye, safe from persecution.
And there's an end on it.
That is not an end on it, unfortunately for us all.
Unfortunately, your husband's rescue scene had untold and unfortunate consequences. The night that girl raised a sword to defend, Dame Isabel of Sussex is already under suspicion for insurrection and being a bad influence on the peasant class by dint of having a rebellious father. And now that bucket girl's actions have seemed to confirm his suspicions and cast doubt on her very knighthood. I had such high hopes for Dame Isabel. Such very high hopes. I had intended to make her a female heroine. The hope for the poor like Robin here, but one that could walk within the law to set an example through good actions. And now?
And now, I'm giving your son a weapon to use against you. To use my rescue of the Buckets girl to strip Dame Isabel of her knighthood.
Yes, Robin. As I said, I had such very high hopes for Dame Isabel. She could have unified this land. Not noble versus peasant, but one people, one national identity.
I see. And what can we Sherwood outlaws do to help, Your Majesty?
I want you to give up the girl, Melinda, to me, Robin.
Absolutely.
I will ensure her safety, Robin, but she must stand trial within the law for her crimes. My son has promised that he will give up all question of Dame Isabel's knighthood if the peasant girl stands trial. Otherwise,
Dame Isabel's next joust may well be her last.
I see. And is this truly what you wish, Your Majesty?
it is not what I wish, Robin. But at present I see no other way.
That is why Her Majesty braved the dangers of Sherwood, to ask you to release the girl to us to bring back to Nottingham Castle.
Aye. Hand the girl over, outlaw. Be thankful I don't take you all in.
Egad!
Hold your tongue, guard!
No! Let him speak. Edgar, if you think you can take us all in, why don't you start with me, big boys?
Ah. With pleasure, Scarlet. Ah. Just like that peasant girl, drawing a sword against her betters.
Oh. I don't need a sword.
times, when two forces truly wish to fight each other, nothing and no one can prevent it.
What are you saying, Robin?
You can tell me that the girl Mucky Buckets will be treated fairly, and I trust you. But your son and the sheriff and all their lackeys will want the payment in blood, and I don't trust them not to use every filthy trick in their dungeon to see it extracted.
Then you're refusing me.
Yes, I am.
What? Robin!
Little John, can he do that?
Marion, talk some sense into this pig-headed hero of yours.
Pig-headed?
I'm sorry, Your Majesty, but I agree with my husband. The girl stays here.
Marion! Well, I suppose it had to happen one day. Very well, keep the girl if you must. I'm just sorry that I came all this way. Oh, my son is going to have a field day with this news. I can't imagine what I have left to negotiate with.
We will think of something on the way back to the castle, Your Majesty.
Bless you, Hodge. At least someone here still has my interests at heart. Well, I hope the two of you are happy. Well, I think the least you could do is escort me out of this horrid forest.
Absolutely, Your Majesty.
Indeed, Your Majesty, if only to be sure the guard doesn't come back with the sheriff in tow. Incidentally, how did you find our little campground?
Well, it was Hodge here. I don't know how he did it, but he led us straight to you.
Aye. It's quite amazing the way he done it. Old Hodge has the makings of a forester in him, I think.
Heaven forbid!
I don't envy him that walk.
Why, the Queen's eyes could have set the whole forest on fire.
And she was right. Four and I aren't going to stand around and let Dame Isabel be punished for what we did. We're going back to the tournament to see if we can help.
Are you daft girl? After refusing the Queen herself, you think Robin's gonna let you go to town alone?
Then I'll run away like I did from the stables. No. You won't have to. Listen, Little John.
Yes?
Robin told us to look after Melinda, right?
Aye, but...
No buts. We'll go into town with Melinda. And we'll go in disguise. Uh-huh. Look out, Dame Isabel. We're coming to help you.
Help her? Who's gonna help us? Oh, wait for me. Oh, we're doomed.